apply. Facebook page is Bush Radio 89.5 FM, Instagram at Bush Radio. Day number 19 of the month of July. Digital Springboard is a 100% black-owned non-profit social enterprise operating in South Africa that applies an evidence-based approach to the application of technologies for education. They are learner-centric, pedagogue-driven model to education technology in the classroom, focused on the educator as the driver of tech-based lessons, ensuring great synergy between traditional pedagogue and edtech-driven pedagogue. When carefully designed and thoughtfully applied, technology can accelerate, amplify, and expand the impact of effective teaching practices. Digital Springboard provides a structured implementation framework that supports education technologies to reach classrooms in South Africa. So now in the studio, joined by Clint Olson from Digital Springboard.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, very well. How are you?
I am okay. I understand it's the first time here on Bush Radio. It's the first time on radio.
So absolutely delighted to be here.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Very happy. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Now, talking about Digital Springboard, because I've been reading like a lot of educational jargons in there. So tell us more about how it started.
The acronyms. Okay. Yeah. So Digital Springboard, as you highlighted, is a non-for-profit social enterprise. And ultimately what we're trying to do as an organization is support teachers with the introduction and the successful application of technology within the classroom. So when we speak about technology, we emphasize hardware, so devices like laptops and tablets and such, but also very much an emphasis on the content within those devices. Yes. So digital content on the devices and how to apply them within the classroom successfully.
When did you start?
So we are a relatively new organization, but we very much believe in the ethos that we're advocating for, and ultimately what that is addressing the challenges that COVID has encompassed on all of us. We, as a society and a global community, we very much comprehend the challenges that COVID has created, and very much so in the education sector. We know that it has amplified drop-off rates. According to UNICEF reports, the rate of learners dropping out of school has amplified, where it historically stood at roughly 250,000 learners. During COVID, it jumped to 750.
Close to 1 million learners.
Yeah. And the statistic we know also to be are marginalized communities. In densely populated settlements like our townships on the Cape Flats, I mean, we're talking about, I live on the West Coast, so communities like Dunoon, Joe Slovo, on the Cape Flats, we know Bonteheuwel, Mitchell's Plain, Athlone, Kailicha, Langa. We know that densely populating areas are exploding. And so within these densely populated areas, we know that the drop-off rates have increased. Right. So it's helping to address that statistic, and trying to find solutions to address that statistic, and broadly within the community that we find ourselves in as individuals, it's how do we collectively support communities in order to find solutions to address that. The other point that we are founded upon, or the challenge that we're trying to address, is the challenge in literacy levels. We know that during COVID, because of the lack of access that learners have had to the conventional schooling system, literacy levels have dropped. So where it stood before at roughly 70%, it now stands at roughly 30%. So there's been a 40% drop off rate in literacy. So as an organization, we advocate for finding solutions to address this problem, and we believe that technology can form part of the solution. through our engagement with schools and our engagements with teachers and the broader community, it's evident that teachers are trying to find solutions, but they are challenged in finding those solutions. And the same with the DBE, with schools and principals. So we are trying to be part of that solution to make a difference. Yeah.
All right. Can you tell us about the, I can say MWAB or MWABU digital content and what role this is in Digital Springbox? Okay.
So right now MWABU is our content provider, and we are very, very grateful to MWABU for supporting us in this fantastic initiative. So they have come on board and right now are our primary content sponsor. So through their platform, through mwabu.com, teachers as well as learners are able to log onto the content, and it's completely interactive. So in that interaction, there are over 330 lessons in English, over 265 lessons in maths, over 265 lessons in science and social sciences, as well as creative sciences. So the objective of the content is to find or to supplement the remedial action and remedial responses to the challenges that I've addressed or highlighted above.
So what are some of the tech-based content that Digital Springboard uses to support educators and improve learner outcomes?
Okay. So ultimately, how we do that is supporting teachers with the introduction of technology into the classroom. Where you traditionally had, or would refer to as traditional pedagogy, it would be the teacher in front of the classroom and functioning within a paper-based scenario, functioning within a textbook scenario. We are advocating for the introduction of technology to support teaching. So we're not saying that technology should replace the teacher. We are saying that technology can supplement the learning experience. Absolutely, and reinforce learning ultimately. So because the lessons are teacher focused, and this is what we absolutely advocate for, is that the teacher sits at the nucleus of the learning experience. We know that. I mean, we can, if I asked you, who was your favorite teacher at school, you'd be able to tell me, right, without even thinking about it. And we could discuss why. And I could give the same to you. I can tell you exactly who a teacher that really resonated with me and why. So we understand that the teacher sits in the nucleus of that, of the entire learning experience, and that's not going to change anytime soon. So as the technology, we are saying that it can supplement learning and can support teachers. So to highlight the remedial approach that I was referring to, within the evidence, you have a scenario where a child at grade 7, who currently is in grade 7, is reading at the capacity of a grade 4 learner. But then you also have a scenario where teachers have learners that are able to read at a level at grade 7. So how do you bridge the gap? How do you bridge the gap between the learner that is able to read and able to read for comprehension versus the learner that is not able to? So within the technology and the lessons that teachers are able to access and learners are able to access, we believe that remedial gap can be filled.
Well, since you are a non-profit organization, what are some of the challenges that you've faced since started?
So, very interesting question. The primary challenges are the lack of access. So we have we are very grateful for our content sponsor, but we need support in order to scale and to get to more schools on the Cape Flats. So right now we've signed up 3 schools, and they are Makoni Beam in Joe Slovo, Hermes Primary in Atlantis on the West Coast, and Cedar Primary in Bonteheuwel. And then there are schools that are wanting to come on board within the Bonteheuwel and Langa area too. We need funding in order to scale. We have a target of 10 schools. And in order to attain that target of 10 schools, we require the funding to do so. So, and that funding looks like about 10,000 Rand per month per school, and it roughly equates to 15 Rand per learner if we look at it of 600 learners plus within one particular school. The other challenge is hardware support. Schools require access.
Yeah.
So where we are able to provide the content through our content sponsor Muwabu, we still need to deploy that content, and that in order to do that we need the devices.
Yeah.
So laptops and projectors where the teacher is able to plug the projector into the laptop and then play the content through the laptop. We require funding. We require funding to do that, and ultimately the ambition is that each school would get 2 laptops and 2 projectors as a starter pack, as a starter kit. So we need funding and we need support to get to that.
Right. Yeah. So do you what lessons do you provide digitally now? Do you provide all lessons, all grades, and
yeah. So the focus right now within the content sponsor that we do have, the Muwabu content is pitched at grade 1 to grade 7.
Okay.
And it focuses on STEM content. So the numeracy, literacy, and sciences. And that is the content that we have available right now. But we are very much open to other content sponsors coming on board to support our agenda of providing schools with access to content.
Amazing. So if people want to assist, people want to get in touch, people want to help, how do they do that?
Okay, so our website is www.digitalspringboard.org.za. My email address is clint@digitalspringboard.org. Our landline number is 021 203 5933, and then my cell phone number is 082 562 1499.
Okay, the numbers again?
082 562 1499, and then the landline 021 203 5933.
Right. Before I let you go, any last words?
Oh, yeah. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to talk. The focus is on community and community enhancement. Right now, we know that we have a crisis in education. COVID has exacerbated that crisis, and we need to find collective solutions as a community to address those challenges, and we are part of that solution. So, the point is, if you are a school, you form part of a school, if you're an educator, a principal, and you'd very much like to come on board and partner with us, collaborate, please make contact. And then if you wish to sponsor a school, I mean, it doesn't have to be financial support directly to Digital Springboard. It can also be directly to a school. So, Thomas, if you're wishing to sponsor your school, then or a school that you know of that needs support, that is close to your heart, then we can very much do that on an individual basis.
Amazing. Lastly, the website?
www.digitalspringboard.org.za.
Social media?
LinkedIn. LinkedIn, we have a profile, and then my personal LinkedIn profile too.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming through.
Thomas, it was an absolute pleasure. Thanks very much.
The best.